miteinander. Just something crossed my mind and I thought I would make a video about it. It's about what I was thinking lately. The two states you can be in that is fucking up your trading. And already in the past, I wrote some posts about it in the Discord from the psychology aspect of it, like greed and loss aversion and all those things. And so sometimes people say psychology is a important part in trading. And that's true, and they go on, or I asked it as well. And you can discuss topics like I just mentioned. And what then? How does this help you if you are aware of it? This already might help you so that you know the mechanics behind why you enter some stupid trades or do revenge trading and all these kinds. And as a psychologist, of course, a huge part is the subconscious thing. But when we usually talk about psychology, greed and all those things, it's maybe don't think so much about subconscious. And now I just realized, since I'm doing going to school again to study hypnosis, and there I figured something out which I'm gonna share you, which to me might be even more helpful to understand or be aware of where things in your trading might take a wrong turn. And it's gonna be probably a longer video because I just will share with you what's going through my mind, and hopefully it makes sense to you as well. And then later on, based on this, I will think about some exercise we all can do to prepare ourselves better and deeper in the subconscious to don't fall into those traps. So that's the idea of this first video. And so what you see here is the visible light to the human eye. Okay, that's this part. And I'm not going deeply into this, but here you have like the waves. And from here, infrared, it's not visible to the human eye, neither are UVs and X-rays. So that's what we can see, and you could imagine that on the left side and on the right side, that's our subconscious. Is this even right pronounced? I don't know, but probably get what I mean. So this would be the subconscious, left and right. And let's say the things we do see is it's with our brain, it's the ratio. It's our rational thinking. It's the awareness. That's this little part. Now, interestingly, as here the waves getting like really get slower and bigger in the distance, and here they are getting more volatile, right? So, and there are two things also on the left and the right spectrum where thoughts go beyond go around our rational thinking and into our subconscious. And those are as well opposites. Okay. If we get understimulation, monotony, repetitive tasks, boredom, or our fatigue, our subconsciousness gets more active, and our rational thinking is reduced. That's why we are more open to auto-suggestions and influence impacts on our subconsciousness. And this state, that's also called the highway hypnosis. That's the case. If it's dark outside, you are on a highway. There are not lots of stimulation. You feel the monotony. It just goes straight. Don't really have a lot of things to do, so you get bored. Maybe you also get tired, and that's the moment when you arrive at home. Sometimes by the car, you're wondering what just happened, because you don't really remember that you drove home. You just get there. Which is just to say, it's also a dangerous state of mind when driving, but you all know that. So that's the one side. And the other side, funny enough, it's the opposite. It's overstimulation, fear, if you get challenged, like in combat situation. There our rational thinking also gets reduced, and depending on the context, you would say we are acting more based on instincts. But what's the case is that our subconscious is getting more active. Now, if we apply this now to trading, sometimes if you're looking a long time on the chart and nothing happens, whatever, if it might go sideways, or your setup isn't there and you're just waiting, or you get not a clear idea, so then you might get bored, you might make you tired, and you might feel an understimulation. And that's the danger comes into trading, that the state in mind you are, even though you think you're clearly awake and all that, you might be, or your subconscious might be more active now. And here the point is not really that your subconscious is now more active, but that your rational thinking gets bypassed. And then you may take actions rather based on emotions out of this, and this can lead to trades that you regret. Same goes now on this side. Well, actually, after this one could also follow that one. Let's say you get bored, and then you enter a trade, and then it goes against you. You might think it goes against you just to stop you out and go the other direction, so you feel fear, or your size too heavy, and you get sort of overstimulation. Then we are on this side to take this idea, and then also the ratio gets bypassed, and you act based on emotions, which often has the same outcome. So probably on this side, you wouldn't maybe thought of so much that this is as dangerous for your trading to be understimulated or bored as this side. So now if someone says, well, you shouldn't take, or psychology is important for trading, that's for sure, but it also sometimes comes across like you have to cognitively be aware of those and act accordingly. But if you're in those states and your energy, your awareness already bypassed your ratio, your rational thinking, and you're acting based on emotions, well, then it's quite a hard thing to say you should act like this or that. So the goal would be to, and now this again is like if you are aware of it, being aware of those possible states and avoid them by for me, for example, that one, if I'm sitting in front of the chart and nothing goes, I started to learn cardistry. So I usually have a deck of cards on my table, and when nothing goes, I start to play around with cards, doing like, and I'll shuffle them and learning all those kinds. So that I don't get bored, so that I have something to do, which excites me or yeah, avoids me to do those, taking a trade based on monotony or understimulation. So I stimulate myself by doing that. You could also be, I mean, doodling or do drawing or yeah, just something that you can easily interrupt as well, so that doesn't carry you away completely. And overstimulation or being on this side, that that's where probably the saying. But if you have one beautiful trade, you should stop trading or take a break, because then again you might bypass your rational thinking. Of course, that's, I mean, that's the base. Of course, it's as long as you trade, you get more self-aware, uh, self-aware about your feelings, your emotional state, how you feel, if you're in the right state of mind, if you're mentally prepared. But till then, I mean, still then, this always can, always need to be aware of those. So let's just for that, and yeah, and both, of course, can lead to this. If you're understimulated for long enough, uh, it can frustrate you. It can makes you even angry. And those emotions again can lead to bad decisions. So, based on this, I will think about exercise that anyone can do at home. I still need to figure out. Yeah, that I still need to figure out. But that would be kind of cool if based on hypnosis, auto hypnosis, auto suggestions. It's because I just learned and experienced. It's amazing what it can do, and also, of course, for the first time, because I remember when I studied psychology, one of my profs said hypnosis and all that, that's bullshit, it doesn't work. And for a long time, I just was really curious about how it really works and what it's able to do. And it all comes down actually to this: just go by the rational thinking and to a state where we are more open to wordings and, I don't know in English, yeah, probably it's called suggestions as well. Yes. So then you're just open, and as you probably know, our brain is like a big muscle, and with lots of let's call them highways or paths, little paths, and those that we are used often in our brain, those become streets, bigger streets and highways. And with the subconscious, you are able to build the path to a street more easily than if yeah, just if you would work it cognitively with rational side. So it's the whole goal. So over time, the small paths you're building up to a highway to change habits and other things, and that goes so far, if I remember right, a long time ago. But so also things like moral is one highway. So already when you're a child, depending how you grow up, and those things, the moral or ethics, build up if you use them often. So that's how you can imagine our brain with lots of roads, and some are faster, and of course, like everything or lots of things in nature, things prefer the fastest way to go from A to C, and the highway is faster than a small path. So if you have some behavior that you would like to avoid, but it's just this A to C is just connected with a path, and a behavior that you don't want actually, but you build it over time as a highway. So the goal is to take the paths time and time and time, and at the same time don't drive on the highway. All right, I hope you get the point. Um, let's say part one or so, and hopefully there is something new. There's a takeaway for you. Hope so. All right, bye bye.